Hey guys, what's up? It's Eric the Techy Agent, and just wanted to make a quick kind of announcement video about a podcast that you guys should probably check out, especially for those of you that subscribe to the channel and really enjoy just kind of getting into the nitty-gritty details of the fitness wearable world. So a couple of guys that subscribe to this channel and a couple of guys that I belong to a Facebook group with, Marcus and Daniel, reached out to me, and they had recently started a podcast called The Tracker Bros. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video so you can click on that podcast to subscribe to them. But they reached out. They had been doing this podcast a couple of episodes. They invited me to be on one of their episodes, and I think it was maybe like the third or fourth episode that they had done.
You lately released your review on the Polar Ignite, and
yes.
It was, well, I would say there were a few points that were quite negative. And how do users react on criticism of their holy grail to you?
I mean, they definitely let me know. You know,
I hate your channel. Go away. Go to hell.
Yeah. They let me know. And typically, you know, the way that they'll respond is they'll do one of two things. One, they'll either accuse me of being in the back pocket of Apple or Garmin or Fitbit. That I've got accused of being a fanboy of every brand out there. Everybody will always accuse me of being an Apple fanboy or a Garmin fanboy.
You're bought by them all.
Yeah, exactly. I'm bought by them all. I wish that was true. I'd have a much bigger house.
Yeah.
They'll say, well, your review isn't valid because you didn't do this right or you didn't do that right. And in some cases, I would look at that and say, okay, well, that's fair. You know, that's a good point. But in other cases, oftentimes it comes from a misunderstanding. Like, so for example, a lot of people will say, there's no way that heart rate data was accurate. You know, your Apple Watch shouldn't have been saying that it was 155 beats per minute after you did a bench press. And what they're assuming is that I sat down, that I, did 10 reps, set the bar down, and then immediately, looked at my watch. And it's like, no, I might have actually been doing 3 sets back to back to back. But what they don't know is like, hey, no, there were 3 different camera angles of that bench press because there was actually 3 different sets that I did. I had to set up the camera, do a set the camera up a different location, do a set, do that one last time. And then I took my heart rate reading, and here's what it's showing. So they'll criticize my methodology without necessarily knowing the full story. And that's, not something I can necessarily get into in a review, is trying to describe, that whole process to them. So they'll sometimes criticize the methodology. And sometimes, again, it's just a misunderstanding. And then sometimes I agree with them. They might be right on certain things.
In my humble opinion, your methodologies are pretty good.
Yeah.
Just want to say that.
But I thought the same. I thought the same. I thought this guy does only one set of bench press and has 155. He's so unfit.
So I'm going to put a link to that episode as well in the description below so you can check out that episode. But it was a lot of fun. It was just a great time of being able to sit down with a couple of guys that honestly probably have a little bit more of, a lot more of a understanding of the engineering and the algorithms and all of the stuff that goes into making a fitness tracker and making it accurate. And so we talked back and forth. They shared some of their knowledge. They talked about kind of what I'm doing in the fitness wearable space here on YouTube. And it was just a great conversation, and we'd love to share that with you guys. So again, check out that link in the description below. Please subscribe to their podcast. I think it's going to be helpful. And that's pretty much it. Just a quick announcement video for you guys. If you guys are interested in checking out a podcast that talks about fitness trackers.